Hi, my name is Martin Briand, and I am a fourth year computer science student at the University of Toronto. The theme for this year Ubisoft Next Challenge was PACMAN, and more specifically the AI found in PACMAN. So for the game itself, I decided to go for something that's really similar to the real PAC-Man, with the movement being the same, and the player going through a single width pathway trying to collect dots, and being able to buffer inputs before they're turning. That means, for example, if I turn right when there's a wall of my right, I will turn right as soon as I can turn right and it's available to me. For the AI itself, I decided to go with the same model that's found in PAC-Man as well. So that means that the ghosts have two different modes, either chasing or scattering. When in chasing mode, they are going to target a specific position on the grid, whilst scattering will have them go in their corner back to where they spawned. When a ghost is chasing, it will go throughout the fastest path possible to reach its target, and it's just found throughout an A-star algorithm. Each ghost has its own specific location that's given to him, depending on what type of ghost it is. There's also a third mode, which is just the fleeing. So whenever you collect a power pellet, or pill, as I call it in my code, the ghosts are just going to turn blue and start running away from you. Then you can eat them and they will return to their spawn point. So the rule for ghost movement is that they can only move on certain tiles, and those tiles are all intersection tiles. So if you can change direction, then the ghost will only be able to change its direction on that tile. Another rule about the ghost movement is that they also cannot go backwards. They always have to go forwards or either turn left or right. So this restricts a little bit the movement of the ghost, but it makes the game more fun and playable. So as I said earlier, each ghost belongs to a specific type. So for this instance of the PAC-Man game, I made 4 different types that the ghost can belong to. 2 of them which are found in regular PAC-Man, and 2 with which I decided to get more creative and see how far I could go with the AI technique I developed. So the first one is the red ghost, and he's just called the chasing ghost. He always tracks PAC-Man exact position, and will always target this when in chase mode. So the second ghost is the pink ghost or violet ghost, and he's called the ambushing ghost. What he does is he looks forward, looking at the player's movement and current direction, and will target a position on the grid that is 4 units of grid forward compared to the player. So he will see where you want to go and will try and intercept you on the way. So this creates an interesting dynamic with the red ghost and the pink ghost, as one of them will charge you down directly and the other will try and get you from a corner or from behind. So as I said earlier, those 2 ghosts are found in the classic arcade PAC-Man, but I found them really fun, so I still wanted to put them in my implementation. And for the other 2 ghosts, I went a little more creative in the way of finding a target for them. So the blue ghost is called the hoarder, and he just really wants to keep all the pills for himself. So what the blue ghost does is he looks at the map where the most amount of pellets are. So he just takes the mean of all the pellets left on the map and targets this spot on the map. So at first he's not really dangerous because he's just going to target the middle. But as the game goes on, he will get closer and closer to the last few pellets and will prove to be a real threat to PAC-Man. Then we got the last ghost, which is the orange ghost. And this one is called the tourist ghost. So I call it the tourist because what he wants to do is just go through every little spot on the map. So the tourist ghost will target a random spot on the map that he hasn't visited yet, and every time he reaches that spot, will decide to go on another spot. But as he's going, he will keep track of all the spots he's been over and not target those in the future. But as soon as he's targeted every single spot on the map, it'll just reset and decide to go all over again and target every spot on the map. So the player wins when he has collected every single pellet, as in regular PAC-Man. However, entering contact with a ghost will kill you. But instead of having a system of life, I decided to just keep it such that you just reset to the beginning, the map stays the same, and the ghosts reset to their initial position. So it's a little more fun and less punishing, because you just want to be able to beat the game, actually. And to highlight the logic of the ghosts, in debug mode, I made it such that it will show to the player which where the ghosts are being targeted. So here we can see the red ghost is targeting me directly, and like the little darker color will be the target of the ghost. It's a little confusing, but playing around with it allows you to see a little more. The pink one is where the pink ghost is targeting, so a little forward of me. And as we can see, the orange and blue are a little more random because it will just target the mean, as we can see here, and a random spot on the map. Also, there's the 2 teleporters. So if a ghost like closest path goes through a teleporter, it will decide to take it, which was a little hard to do, but I managed to do it, and I'm pretty proud of it. Well, anyway, that's it. I'm out of time, so thank you for tuning in to my submission, and I hope you appreciated what you saw, and that I was clear enough to explain it to you. Thank you a lot.